or chicken DG. The DG in English is just DG, which means Director General. Like in Cameroon, the elites or high earned people usually have this dish in their gatherings or any occasions. If you're new here, a special welcome to you. Take a moment to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. To start with the ingredients right here, we have some chili powder. I just want it spicy, some ginger and garlic paste. I have my Maggi or chicken nor seasoning. You can replace this with Maggi, salt, black pepper, and white pepper. While right here for the veggies, we have some yellow bell pepper, green and red bell pepper, our parsley, green onion, carrots, green beans, onion, and tomatoes. Ripe plantains, the chicken, and we have some tomato paste here. So to cook the deja with, I will be using some black pepper, white pepper, curry powder, salt, and a cube of Maggi or any seasoning cubes you have. For the chicken, let us marinate or season the chicken. I'm using like really soft chicken, so I'm just going to fry it right away. If you're using like maybe a hard or a harder chicken, you will need to boil before you fry. This chicken, I don't need to boil it because I have to boil it, I have to fry it, and I have to saute with the rest of the ingredients. It's going to be so mushy at the end. So I'll just fry it, and when I fry it, trust me, it's going to be fully cooked. I'll just fry it for about 12 to 13 minutes. Like I said, normally in Cameroon, we're going to boil it first before we fry because our chicken back home is really, really hard. So now let us prep our veggies. I'm going to be cutting everything julienne cut. For my own chicken deja, I cut my plantains like julienne cut or a little bit longer. Some people they just like cutting into ring size or circular sizes, but I don't like it that way. This is my own way on how I make it, and if you want to try it, give it a go because it has a very nice, presentable look. I'll chop the tomatoes and the onions. The chicken has been fully fried. I'll just take it off from the oil. Then I'll now fry the plantains. Chicken DG is just simply fried plantains and fried chicken inside tomato sauce and veggies. That's it. My oil is a little bit reddish here because of that chili powder I use, a little bit of spicy in there. And I will take some of that oil I fried or I'm frying with and then saute the rest of the veggies with. So fry the tomatoes and the onions until some of the acidity of the tomatoes reduces or some of the water reduces. And back to our plantains, it has been fully fried, a beautiful golden color. Take it out from the oil and let it drain. So some of that water has reduced. Add in 2 tablespoons of the tomato paste, stir everything, and let it cook again for an additional 5 minutes. At this point, combine all the ingredients together, like everything. That's the spices, the herbs, the carrots, like everything should be combined in the pot at this moment. So I just added in like 4 tablespoons of water. If you have like chicken stock or chicken broth, you can add it inside. Just because I did not boil my chicken, I don't have the broth, I used water instead. So stir everything perfectly, then add the chicken and the fried plantains. I'll just cover the point and let everything cook for 2 minutes only, and I'll garnish with my green spices. That's the parsley and the green onion. I love putting it at the end so it has a very presentable look, and those herbs are still going to be greenish and beautiful looking. So guys, it's so flavorful. Like nowadays, many people eat chicken DG or poulet DG, chicken DG, Director General of Chicken. And yeah, like not like sometimes back only the rich could eat this meal, but nowadays everybody can afford it. Isn't that amazing? Well, this recipe you can definitely try it at home, and trust me, you're going to love it. Yeah, Cloudy is always in for the best, guys. You're gonna love it. So right now, let us see and try it how it tastes as usual. Guys, in fact, I don't have words for this meal. You just gotta try it. So guys, thank you so much for watching to this point. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until we meet again in my next videos, keep trusting my recipes. Bye bye, and I love y'all. Go yummy, yummy. Go yummy, yummy. Easy to follow from kids to adults. Go yummy, yummy. Go. So first, the most important ingredients, we need some ripe plantains. You need ripe plantains for this so that it can easily stretch and you make that beautiful canoe-like shape to do your filling. So we'll start off by peeling our plantains perfectly. Next, we're going to do is we're going to apply oil on the plantains, like rub it perfectly on both sides of the plantains. You can use any oil of your choice, but I'm using canola oil here. So what we are going to do next is to make an incision so that we have that canoe-like shape on our plantain. So you want to cut it really deep within the plantain, but be careful in such a way that you're not going to cut it right through, that you're going to have a hole in the other side of the plantain. So just watch carefully how I do it, because I will be doing it for both plantains. So at this point, let it go to the preheated oven 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. You don't need to flip the sides. So for the rest of the ingredients, I will start by chopping my garlic, but I'm just going to show you guys the rest of the ingredients right here inside this plate. I have some onion, celery, carrot, green onion, tomato, and mini bell peppers, or maybe sweet peppers, anyone you want to choose. So I just sliced off or chopped off my garlic. The next I will be chopping is my carrot. If you have a chopper or if you have a machine to go with this, you can use it. I have a chopper for all of these, but sometimes we just have to go the other way, right? So I'm just going to chop everything accordingly, and let's get on to make our filling for our sweet plantains. The plantains I'm using is ripe, okay? If you use green plantains, you're not really going to have that beautiful canoe-like shape, because the plantain is going to be really hard. So now I sliced these ones. I'll just continue with my parsley and celery stick right there. Lastly, my tomatoes. So for the fish I'll be using canned tuna. You can use any fish of your choice, okay? This video is just gonna be like a guide for you. So maybe you might like to use chicken, maybe ground chicken or ground beef, whatsoever. You can go ahead and use it, but I prefer to use this one because it's gonna be so easy for me. I just drained off that extra water from there because I don't want the paste to be mushy, like too mushy. So in a hot pan, adding some cooking oil, a little saute the garlic and the onion first. So in this recipe I'll be adding the ingredients like in their own time, because they have the different levels of cooking, and I still want my veggies to be crunchy when I fill my potatoes. So that one is going to saute for about a minute. My tomato is going to come in, like just keep sauteing for about a minute or two each time you add anyone inside the pan. So the next which is going to come in is my bell pepper or the mini sweet peppers, and I will just stir it again for another minute or two. Then I will get on to start seasoning. First I will start with some salt. The next is black pepper, then some seasoning powder. I'm using chicken null seasoning. You can use any seasoning or bouillon you have. And since I love spicy food, I'll be putting on some chili flakes. If you don't want spicy food, you can skip that part. All right, so the next ingredient to come is going to be the parsley and the celery and the carrots. So like I said, everything is going to come in at their own time. I'll just add a little bit of paprika in there for a beautiful color and flavor, and our fish can come in. At this point I'll add a little bit of water, just little, so everything combines perfectly. Just saute again for an extra 2 to 3 minutes. And the last thing to come in, because I want it to be like a little bit more green and so flavorful, is the green onion. This should be the last thing to come in. As soon as you put in your green onion, you should turn off the heat. Okay, I just turned off my heat right now. You see that? So yeah, our filling is done. Let's go back to our plantains. So our plantains is just from the oven. It has been fully cooked after 30 minutes. You can see that it is so flavorful. I love ripe plantains, guys. I love ripe plantains. The last thing you'll be doing is to stuff or fill the plantains with these, guys. Sometimes they say the eyes eats before the mouth. If you're planning any occasion, or if you want to surprise someone with something or a meal presentable, you can go ahead and make this. All right, it is so good, trust me. I'm just decorating with some rosemary, then I'm garnishing with some curly parsley. To start off, I will be using two ripe plantains. Yes, you need ripe plantains to make a perfect, delicious and tasty plantain frittata. So right here, you have to peel the plantains and we'll go ahead to slice it into rings. So all the both plantains have been sliced. For the rest of the fresh ingredients, I will be using some tomatoes, bell pepper, and onion. You can use any bell pepper of your choice, okay? To start off, I will slice everything with my chopper right here. If you want the link to my chopper, I'm going to drop it in the description box for you to check it out. It just saves time. If you don't have this, you can go ahead and slice it manually with your knife. But you know me, easy peasy. I don't like to stress off in the kitchen. Like, definitely I have a machine that does everything for me. Okay, thanks to technology. So I'm just going to change the blade because I want my bell pepper to be a little bit larger than the onion and the tomatoes. So when everything has been sliced, I'll go ahead to deep fry my plantains. Deep fry your plantains in a pot of hot oil until they have a beautiful golden brown color. Here, at this point, your heat is not supposed to be too high, okay? Like it's going to be burnt and it's raw inside. Your heat is just supposed to be like, let me say, medium or not too high so that it cooks evenly and have a beautiful color. So this cooked for about 5 minutes because my plantains are overripe. 5 minutes is even too much, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes here, and it's gonna have this beautiful brownish color or golden brown color here. So you can now take it out, strain, then let us get ahead and make the rest of the ingredients. Keep watching ahead because I will be showing some of the ingredients as I go. So right here for my eggs, I will be using about 8 small eggs. These eggs are really small, so I use 8 of them. If you're using large egg, about 5 to 6 eggs are going to be okay. I have some sausage here. If you want to skip sausage, you can go ahead and skip. So guys, in this recipe, you can use any like meats of your choice. I have some celery in there. I'm sorry, some leeks. That's leeks, not celery. Okay. And in the pot of hot oil, I'll just go ahead and saute my onion and my tomato. So I want to saute these for about 2 minutes because you're not going to overcook it because it's going to cook inside the oven while it's baking. But if you do not have an oven, keep watching ahead because I'll tell you what to do. You know, I always have alternatives for those who have and don't have something, okay? That's why I say keep following your get cloudy because I always bring in the best. After about 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and add in my leeks. I love leeks because it has a very good flavor. If you don't have leeks, you can substitute for celery. My leeks and my sausage comes in. If you are not a sausage lover, maybe you can put maybe some shredded fish in there. Like I said, this video is just a guide. You can go ahead and put whatever you want. To season, I'll be using some bouillon powder. You can use Maggi cubes if you want. This is just to make it taste. Some black pepper. I have some garlic powder, thyme, then just stir everything together. So guys, I won't be using salt here, okay? But if you want to use salt, go ahead. But my bouillon powder is just okay. It does everything for me. And I'll just beat up the eggs here. But before I put in the eggs, I will slice in my fresh parsley. I put in my fresh parsley at the end so that when baking, it still retains that beautiful color and flavor. So just stir everything and spread it out evenly in the pan. Then we're going to bring in our eggs and spread it all over, okay? So it has to be evenly like spread out, if you know what I mean, because we are going to be baking. At this point, bring in your beaten eggs, just spread it evenly in the pan. So right now at this point, I turned off my heat. This is just the remaining heat from my skillet. And bring in the plantains, just arrange it around like this. So for my bell peppers, I haven't forgotten them. I'll bring it in later. So this is what I do with my bell peppers. I just feed it in some empty spaces there so that when like serving, it has a beautiful appearance or a beautiful color. Like they say, the eyes have to eat first, okay? And let it go to the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, this is how it's looking. If you don't have an oven, cover the pot on extremely low heat for 10 minutes. It has to be low, like it's going to be burnt, okay? I'm garnishing with some fresh parsley, and your frittata is ready to serve. You see that? It is easy. If you're making meal for a big family, I will suggest you to do this because it saves time and it's so easy. I'll just go ahead and cut this and serve immediately. It is best served when hot, okay? So guys, if you get to try this recipe, let me know in the comment section how it turned out, or if you have another way of making maybe your own plantain frittata, you can let me know. Like I told you before, if you don't have an oven, you can just cover and let it cook on your stove top or cooktop, okay? And yeah, it's looking so good. I will just go ahead and try it out for you guys to see that my eggs or everything has been cooked evenly and within. You see that everything is looking so good, 100% fully cooked. So to start off here, we have our whole fish scaled and gutted. The fish I'm using here is croaker. To be precise, is a yellow croaker. Right there, I have my two ripe plantains. I'll also be using some ginger and garlic paste right here. I have some salt. I'm using Himalayan pink salt. You can use any salt of your choice. Black pepper. I'll be using freshly cracked. Some bouillon seasoning or some seasoning powder. Thyme, oregano leaf, some chili pepper, onion powder, basil. And guys, if you've never ever tried nutmeg on fish, you should give it a try. It is so flavorful and good. Oh my goodness, it is so savory. Lastly, we have our cooking oil right there. The first off, what we want to do as usual is to go ahead and mix our marinade perfectly. Then from there, we'll go on to mix to season our fish or marinate our fish.
Cooking with Claudie, cooking with Claudie, easy simple recipe. Cooking with Claudie, cooking with Claudie, easy simple recipe. African, Asian, American and worldwide recipes, pastries and bakes. African, Asian, American and worldwide recipes, pastries and bakes. Easy to follow from kids to adults. He go yummy, yummy. He go yummy, yummy. Easy to follow from kids to adults. He go yummy, yummy. He go yummy, yummy. Cooking with Claudie, Cooking with Clody, easy, simple recipe. Cooking with Clody, cooking with Clody, easy, simple recipe.
Back to our fish. You want to pat dry the fish, wipe it very well, give it some pampering right there with this beautiful towel. Yeah, then after that we're gonna go ahead to score the fish. You can score the fish in any direction or any way, just how you prefer. So score the fish both sides, then we'll go ahead to marinate the fish perfectly, guys. So one thing is, when you're marinating, you have to make sure that you get that marinade deep inside those legs. You want it to marinate perfectly to the bones. If you are someone like me that love fish bone, then you have to marinate like really deep inside, guys. I eat everything on my fish, from the bone to the flesh. In fact, you know what I mean. Also, while you're marinating, you have to save some of the marinade for the plantains, because we're going to be using same marinade to marinate or season our plantains. After marinating the fish, we're just going to set it aside and let us move on to prep the plantains. To get onto our plantains, I'll just go ahead, peel and slice in my favorite sizes. You can slice the plantain anyhow you want it. Then we'll go ahead to cook everything at once.
African, Asian, American, and worldwide recipes, pastries and bakes. African, Asian, American, and worldwide recipes, pastries and bakes. Easy to follow from kids to adults. E go yummy, yummy. E go yummy, yummy.
Add some cooking oil, then with the remaining marinade, that's about 1 tablespoon of marinade. Mind you, you're not gonna put all the marinade at once, okay? You can save a little bit more to baste the fish like halfway cooking, because for the fish we're gonna bake first, then we're gonna grill the fish before, so that it has a good char. Mix the fish or season the plantains, sorry guys, not fish. Season the plantains appropriately, then we're gonna go ahead to cook everything. So for my baking pan right here, or my baking tray, I will line it up with aluminum foil. You want the aluminum foil to be like really large on the baking pan, because we're gonna wrap the fish with it, so you want to have like a good portion of that. Now rub some oil on the pan, so to prevent the fish from sticking. Like, I have some people like asking questions, how do I do my fish sticks a lot to the bottom. Yeah, you can always grease it, or maybe you can put a barrier between the fish and the baking pan. Maybe you can put some lemon slices on there. So right now my fish comes in. The next thing I'm going to do is to arrange my plantains all over the fish, like really arrange it. Be careful not to like put plantains on top another one, okay? Because you're not going to have like a char look for it when you want to grill at the end. Right now, wrap the fish in such a way that you're going to leave some passage so that air can circulate inside the fish while it baking. So I'm just going to seal it just like that. The two ends, I'm going to leave it open because I want air to circulate perfectly inside. Let it go to a preheated oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to bake for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, we're just going to open it. Then what you want to do at this point is to rub some of the marinade on the fish. That's why I said from the beginning you have to save some, okay? You see that right now it has been fully cooked, but I want it to have that char look, or that beautiful golden or brown color. I'm just applying some oil from the marinade, and I'll brush some of the marinade itself on top of the fish, and it's gonna go back to the oven. At this point, change your oven. It's not gonna be on bake at this point. Let it be on grill or roast or broil, but mine, I put it on broil. What I'm doing, I'm just reducing my foil because it was a little bit big. I don't want it like just to be spread out open inside my oven. Then I'll just fold it on the pan like this and let it go back to the oven 5 minutes on broil 400 degrees Fahrenheit because we want that beautiful char look. And after 5 minutes on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, this is how it's looking. Mind you, this part, it was not closed, it was opened. Okay, and the fish is looking so beautiful, so flavorful, fully cooked. Or if you want it char on the other side, you can flip it and let it go again for another 3 or 4 minutes on the other side. That's if you want both sides to be char looking. So the fish is perfectly cooked right now. Guys, when I took the first taste, I could not resist. I had to go like on and on and on and on again until sorry guys, it was so just delicious. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the love, the support, the comments, the likes, guys. We are just starting this journey. Keep supporting your girls who are gonna reach 100K. Okay, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep supporting me. Keep trusting my recipes. Bye.